Hello and welcome. This is Gigi and this is a weekly tarot reading for my Leos. Hi my Leos. How you doing? I'm coming back again with another weekly tarot reading, you guys. I've been told many times that my reading resonates sometimes weeks, months after. So I really recommend you go and look at past videos, not just for the month of December, but maybe for early this year or 2019 and just see how it fits. Okay, so this is a general reading for my Leos, so depending of your placement, you could be a sun in Leo, rising, Venus, Jupiter. But I have to say, okay, if you go by just your sun, it's very limited, especially for you Leos, because the sun changes sign every 30 days. Okay, so right now the sun is in your 5th house. Okay, so it's in Sagittarius, but believe it or not, it does represent your placement in the astrological belt. So this should resonate with you, but you should always do your birth chart, you guys. It's a free, there's a lot of free software out there. You could just put your information, date, time, and place of birth, and you get your planets. This is going to open a door for you. You guys, astrology is a old science. Okay, so well, it's an occult science, but still you can learn a lot about you. You can also help yourself. There's so many things that knowing your birth chart can do for you. Okay, let's not waste any time, you guys. Leos, I love you, my Leos. You guys, I have very good friends, Leos. I'm a sun sign Scorpio, but like I said, Scorpio is a very, very, the sun sign is like a limited knowledge into who the person is. But I have a lot of past placement in Libras, okay, in my 12th house. And I think that's how me and Leos, we get along, is we like to have fun and we communicate, kind of with, some type of like vibration, okay? But enough about this, enough about me. Let's see what Spirit has to say for you, my Leos, for this week. This is a general reading, you guys. If it doesn't resonate, leave it all behind. Ooh. This is right after the eclipse. This card I wanted to get out. It's the Two of Cups in a reverse. This right after the eclipse, I mean, a lot of things happening in regards to you, my Leos, your home, your position in your career. I see your position in your life. Okay, you're just in a place right now with the King of Swords in a reverse. There's kind of like some type of misunderstanding that you have with someone here. In the reverse, this is someone who's like cranky. All right, someone who's having problem communicating clearly. All right, seems to have some type of, how can I say, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone could be blaming you. There's some blame game happening here in regards to the past or something that was done in the past. Four of Cups is in a reverse. And I see here that it's just like, although you are very happy, or you thought maybe there's something coming back, okay, that you thought was dealt with, because the Four of Rods is here, standing very strong. It's about happiness. It's also about ceremony, love, marriage. Okay, so it could be maybe related to that, or maybe some of you are are having some issues in your relationship, or maybe in partnership. I say this only because I'm looking at the Five of Swords. It's that energy is looking at the Four of Rods. That could be some jealousy. Someone could be jealous of maybe a house that you have, or maybe just your family, just your happiness, your reputation. Okay, I see this because the Five of Swords is kind of like, especially in this reading, looking at the King of Swords in a reverse, like someone wants to take from you, or someone try to take from you. Maybe in the past it failed, right? Okay, because the Four of Rods is standing strong. You're standing strong in your happiness and also in your business. For some of my Leos that do business or work from home, maybe there's other people like looking at what you're doing more than before now. Okay, but that That's very normal, right? As soon as we become successful and we grow, we attract more attention, and both good and bad. That's the way it is, right? And of course, it attracts envy and jealousy. That's what I'm reading here. Some envy and jealousy here. It could be about a woman too, okay? That could be for my cross watcher too. Maybe you could say that Leo's in this position too, okay? It's a general reading, you guys. The Four of Cups in a reverse. Something is coming back. There's something from the past, maybe a past relationship, a past partnership, something that you rejected. Maybe in a business or partnership, you excluded someone or someone excluded himself, and there's some resentment here in the present time that you're like hearing. Okay, that person could be very cranky. All right. In the reverse, the King of Swords, I have to say it's a kind of dangerous energy. Okay. This one over there is willing to really do what it takes underhandedly in order to really cause someone some wound. Okay, we see the Ten of Swords in a reverse. Don't be scared, my Leos. All right, I don't think you're scared anyways, but I don't think you can really understand or believe that someone could be really harboring some type of resentment towards you. Okay, let's go deeper here. I see the Empress. The Empress is standing strong. I love the Empress here. Okay. Okay. The Empress sometimes could really be about jealousy. All right. She's the one who's jealous, actually. All right. The Empress is, because when you're high and you're sitting on a throne, the only place you could go is down, right? So there could be some type of jealous energy. All right. She's jealous of her husband. The husband not normally, the Empress, not necessarily, she is prone to deal with infidelity in her relationship because she's the Empress, right? And so, right, so you can only go down. You can't go up. You're already up. So there's sometimes some jealousy here that could be about a relationship, okay? She protects women, okay, and growth, okay? So that could be a woman that is on your side, okay, in business or at home, someone who took you under their wing, or that could be the other way around. Maybe for my lioness, you have took someone in the past under your wing, brought them to your house, and then like you realize that they're harboring some type of resentment here, which is surprising you. Ten of Swords, right? It's in a reverse, okay? The Empress could also be a mother, could be a wife. I feel like the King of Swords could pretend to have a false problem. Maybe someone is bringing something to other people, or they're just, because sometimes you could ask people, what's your problem? What is it? You could be confronting them and they're not able to give you an answer, right? They just can't come up with an answer. Why? It's because they don't have any. It's just jealousy. That could be what's happening here, Ten of Swords, because there's a lack of communication here. Communication with the Five of Swords is subdued. It's kind of hypocrite, okay? People talking behind people's back, it's just because it's uncovered. So definitely could be surprising you. But I think that with the Empress, there's a woman around that knows, okay, if you need some advice or if you need some guidance. It shows here, go to a mother, could be a mother figure, right? A sister also. King of Cups is in a reverse. So we have here a queen and a king in a reverse. Actually, we have two kings in a reverse and a queen of rods in a reverse, okay? There is definitely some he said, she said type of dispute here with the Page of Swords. Something was said. There's a disagreement between two parties. It could be between you and another woman, all right? But it could be between two men, between two women. It doesn't matter. Maybe you are involved in this agreement. It could be a family issues that is coming out, right? Or it could be something related to a child. Okay, there's definitely something hidden that is coming out, right? Someone is asking for proof. Someone is asking for additional information. Someone is asking to back themselves up, right? Because remember, the King of Swords is in the reverse. the Page of Swords is in the right position. So I do tend to see that there's a problem in communicating. You may not know what really someone is harboring, but there's someone who's harboring deep resentment here. I say this because the Ten of Swords is in a reverse next to the King of Swords. So he's the one who's really mastered the swords, right? And he put the Ten of Swords in a reverse. So it's like something that was done, maybe something that was done to a woman. Maybe someone is getting involved in a family dispute between two people, and maybe there's a kid involved. Definitely someone is not really minding their business. That's why I see it here, because the Five of Swords is in a reverse. So someone is really not showing their true colors. Maybe there's some talk communication here that you're not aware of. And remember, a tarot reading is to bring things that are not revealed to you. So you can't be like, well, no, this is what's happening. You don't know. It's a tarot reading. That's what it is. A tarot is things from the dark that we bring in the future. All right, so just keep this in mind. I think that for my Leo who's thinking maybe that all is okay, and I think maybe you're being more aware of other people's issues, or other people have brought their issues towards you. Okay, now we have the King of Cups in a reverse. So that is someone who's not, has no love to give. All right, so someone that could have been on your side, or you could have been on someone's side at some time, and there's something that was said, okay? Because the King of Swords is not in the same position of the King of okay, let me do that again. The King of Cups is in the same position than the King of Swords, which is in a reverse. So although they're not ally, right? Because it's kind of different element. The element is not compatible, water and air. But there's other people who are claiming the same thing, okay? Now, it could be that someone else has joined you, my Leos, in order to really take over some type of offense here with the Ten of Swords, or to reverse something that was said that's not true. It could be, but at work, Queen of Rods is in a reverse. Queen of Rods in a reverse, that is a bitch, okay? That's someone who really, she don't care, right? It could be any sign, right? But fire, Queen of Rods, it's fire. So fire is like you, Leo, right? It could be Aries, or it could be my Sagittarius, okay? Right now, the sun, your ruler, is in Sagittarius, okay? So maybe someone that learned something, or someone has done something behind someone's back. Something is coming out, right? Definitely some untruth information. Could have been someone has been lying to you, my Leos. Could be very possible. All right, someone has been lying to you. There's some lies coming out here, some really hurtful things as well. Could be, for my cross watchers, maybe Leos, you're discovering something that Leos have said behind your back, okay? Because those two cards are like this. It's either, you, my Leos, maybe there's some discussion here. I like it in a reverse, but it's still there, okay? When it's in the right position, we know it's over, all right? It hurts, but it's like it's over. But like here in a reverse, it's like maybe you're trying to defend yourself. Someone is trying to defend their position here. It's very difficult to defend because the Empress is claiming a lot of things here. I feel like there's someone at work, my Leos. I'm feeling a lot of work energy here. What happened at work, Leos? The Star. Five of Cups in the reverse. And the Six of Swords. The Empress doesn't want to move on from something. In the future, she's not moving on, okay? The Six of Swords, the right position, is about moving on, finally going to better, to a more calmer place, all right? So someone is kind of really shook, but I don't think she's shook. She could be shook, but she's very strong in her position here, all right? So it's not letting go of something. Now we have the Five of Swords with the Five of Cups. So 5 is a number of conflict, okay? Two energy that are not really growing together. We have water and we have air. It's definitely some hurt feeling here. You may not know that, Leos. I think maybe there's some people on behind your back that could be plotting things. Okay, my Leos. But with the star here, I doubt that it's gonna work, especially if they're coming from uh, an ugly place. Because the star is that ultimate celestial protection. It's protecting you and it's protecting your family. Remember, the sun is in your fifth house. It comes in your fifth house only once every year. When it's in the Leo on your side, it's in the first house. The sun in the fifth house is powerful. All right. This is where you get to exhume and execute all the good karma that you have done, maybe through the year, maybe to past years. And that is what's giving you the divine grace of past deed, past positive good deed that you have done. It's securing your happiness here. It's saying that you won't be shook by what's happening. All right. But there's definitely some disruption here. There's disruptive people around you. I don't know why they're mad like that. Is it the eclipse? Because fifth house is a house of fun, of drama, of being happy, romance, speculative business, when we take risk because we feel confident. I feel that someone is kind of hating on all the good things that come in your way. Maybe they're starting something. Maybe they're beginning, right? And you already have something already scheduled, or maybe you have worked on something longer. King of Cups in a reverse, he's a hater. And envious too, right? And it's just this King of Cups in a reverse, he's not stable. Like maybe someone is going through something very difficult here, right? Could have something to do with health. I'm saying this. With the Page of Swords here, going towards the Queen of Rods, you know, the best advice I could tell you, especially with the eclipse, like, you know, this is a time to really listen. By listening to what others are saying, you're going to get the answers you're seeking, because the star is here. It's going to give you the answers, all right? Page of Swords is a very immature energy here, all right? It's not about, like, first of all, very frustrating, okay? So it's just messages, texts, or words, maybe comments that's been said against this Queen of Rods, maybe against someone at work. It's not, with the Ten of Rods, is not fulfilling because it's coming from the Page of Swords. It's coming from someone who really doesn't really have any, doesn't matter. That person doesn't matter for sure, because the only support they have is the King of Swords in a reverse, and that King of Swords in a reverse can't express themselves. So without expression, without communication, they become irrelevant. But there's definitely something that was said here. Maybe someone is trying to say something about your work, about your skills, about you, and you're just not really dealing with it. With the Ten of Swords in a reverse, I mean, it did hurt. Something did hurt you, okay? Or someone was hurt here. Someone was hurt due to some text message, comments, something that was done, all right? But I feel it was done behind someone's back. How did they find out? Because the star is always going to reveal itself. That's the celestial energy. That's the protector. So now you have the sun protecting you, and then you have the celestial energy. So you're all around protected and shielded, and that could be what's actually kind of frustrating someone. Five of Swords, frustration, jealousy, envy. Why? Five of Cups is in a reverse. Someone is not letting go of something, a past partnership, a past connection that you maybe not really wasting any time on, you're not reflecting on, that you maybe have ended with the Ten of Swords, and someone is in the back looking at your progression without them, looking at how far you have become without them, and they're obsessed. But look, you have the Empress here next to the Six of Swords. You're strong. They're going to have to let it go. They can't let it go, all right? There's someone who can't let something go, maybe because you're making money looking good. You're taking chances. Other people are not doing as good as you. And why is that they have their eyes on you like that? because the sun is in your 5th house. The sun is illuminating your career, your family, everything that relates to the 5th house. The Magician is in a reverse. They won't be able to really throw you out. Whatever that person, the King of Cups is really ruminating, right? In jealous energy, because they don't have the strong, what it means. They don't have the gut. They don't have the confidence. They don't have the support. They don't have the network. So it's coming from someone who don't have, okay? Someone who don't have is looking at you and they obsessed. They want what you have, Leos, okay? This energy is kind of heavy, all right? Let me just clarify here the Page of Swords. What is this communication is about? Some communication to the Queen of Wands. That could be you. Something that was said. Something very irrelevant, immature, but what it's about. It was meant to hurt you. It was meant to bring some type of negative energy. Knight of Swords, right? Exactly. In a reverse, irrelevant. You're not bothered. It's not like the King of Swords in a reverse, weak energy. It could only be cranky to himself, nobody paying attention to him. And the Page of Swords, like trying to communicate in a really sneaky way here, is not getting nowhere. Knight of Swords, they can't really shake you right now. Knight of Swords is here, right? And in the future, what we have, 10 of Swords. Unbothered. Let me end this reading here, my Leos. What is going on? You're being affected with this eclipse. Remember to know astrology, to understand it. You could make a quick research on YouTube, research sun in the 5th house, okay? Because that's really the most important energy that is following you right now. All right, so I'm going to end this reading here. Please like, share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and I recommend you put a protective shield, my Leos. I protect myself just doing those reading energy. There's a huge transit, and for those who knows astrology, things that are happening now is gonna come back, and then other things that did not happen for 500 years, over centuries, are happening now. And so it depends on which side of the angel we are. Some people are enjoying it, they enjoy the progression, and some people don't. All right, but let me end this reading here. Until next time, my Leos, I love you.